Yes, it was Shedur Sanders' debut for the Browns. All right. So I'm going to do something that the Shedur fans or stands simply didn't let Dylan Gabriel experience. Some grace, right? He came in on the bench, off the bench. He's a rookie. This was his first ever real life NFL game. While he was terrible, the idea of him being terrible shouldn't be shocking, right? You found out later that he wasn't taking any first team reps, which I'll get to that in a second. And he didn't play well. And the team lost when he was in the game. This story about Shedur has frustrated me to levels that I don't think I've ever really gone to, because it's just based off vibes. And this is where it goes to the idea of this really has nothing to do with Shedur at all. It really doesn't. He's a 5th round pick. He went to a decent Division I school. He played well in college, but it was determined that he didn't necessarily have these great physical traits to warrant to be one of the top picks in a big draft. Dropped to the 5th round. And yet, based off nothing but I think a Mel Kiper Jr. mock draft and vibes, have people convinced themselves that this is like a superstar. I'll be honest about how I truly think how this guy was. I said it before. I don't think he's going to be very good. I think at best, he's a Teddy Bridgewater type quarterback. The defensive ends, the linebackers, the safeties, the corners in this league are too fast for you to be holding the ball. If you're going to hold the ball, you better be one of the best athletes on the field in order to make guys miss, buy yourself time, and to throw yourself out of harm's way. He does not show those traits. And the idea that like some people on the internet have wrapped around him like he's a freedom fighter is so strange and just doesn't make any sense. And now it appears, because Dylan Gabriel has a concussion, that he will start against the Vegas Raiders next Sunday. So I just want there to be a level of consistency to how he's actually evaluated. Because so far, not in college, not in the preseason, and not in a half a game per se, has he shown that he's a good enough player to warrant to being a starting quarterback. He just hasn't. And I think the concept of people almost placing their own problems onto him, thinking that he's fighting for something that he's really not, makes no sense. There's no like there, you know? Like what is this thing you think he is fighting for? He's been rich his whole life. He's not poor. He is not a freedom fighter in any kind of way. He is not the first or the last of anything. And if you want to say that he is Sanders or some of that, who in the NFL doesn't like Deion Sanders? Deion Sanders is one of the greatest football players of all time. So the amount of ridiculousness, like I'm seeing people online talking about the offensive line isn't blocking particularly for Shedur. Dog, they just got Dylan Gabriel hurt. You think they go protect better for Shedur? The consistency there just isn't there. And I find it to be so frustrating and so it defies any level of intellect that I've at least seen. Anyway, again, I'm willing to do the thing that they are not, and that is to think, give him time. That was his first game. Do I think he's good? No. But it doesn't really matter what I think. He's got to go out there and prove it. And for everyone else who thinks that Kevin Stefanski is setting him up, one, I do not think Kevin Stefanski wants him to, it's not that I don't think he wants him to succeed. I don't think he's necessarily pulling for the guy. However, Kevin Stefanski also probably doesn't want to get fired. And him losing a bunch of games or getting smacked up for the last couple of games that the Browns have this season isn't going to look good on him. That's the thing I don't get. What is he sabotaging? Himself? He wants to get fired? It is painful and frustrating that this is even a story now.